People are panicking, and it's an interesting reason why. I'm going to show you here. And a lot of people are concerned about this, and especially for what might be happening here going forward. Take a look at this, and I'll reveal to you the details of what might be happening going forward here. Yeah, as you can see here, quote, the gun store is running out of almost everything as assault weapon ban looms. Washington lawmakers voted to ban dozens of semi automatic rifles. Here's the details of this. You can see it here in black and white. Yeah, customers stripped entire sections of walls at Surplus Ammo and Arms bare this week, flocking to the Tacoma gun store for rifles that are about to become illegal in the state of Washington, saying, quote, we are running out of almost everything, the store manager Bruce Smith said. And why they are, quote, running out of everything. One of his employees leaned over the counter and delivered an update on House Bill 1240 had officially passed. This bans, quote, so-called assault weapons, quote, primarily semi-automatic rifles with the exceptions for law enforcement and the military. The bill passed the Senate earlier this month. It was amended and had to be sent back to the House where lawmakers approved the changes. The bill contains an emergency clause, so it will take effect immediately upon Governor Jay Inslee's signature. Notice it will take effect immediately upon him signing it. Quote, they're going to ban all AR style guns and anything that attaches to them, he says. He estimated sales have doubled in the past month, with customers primarily focusing on the AR style, kits, and replacement parts. People are focusing on what they won't be able to get. This bill bans more than 60 specific firearms, most of them semi automatic long style. Pistols and shotguns with certain features outlined in the bill may also be banned, but specific types are not listed. But certain lawmakers are blasting the bill, saying, quote, none of these laws will stop any crime. You guys can let me know your differing opinions on this in the comments section. Washington will now become the 10th state to adopt a ban on so-called assault weapons. As you can see, this is becoming more and more common. Smith said the ban will put some businesses out of work. Quote, they will close, trying to transition to a completely different thing than you're selling that you're not known for and competing with big box companies that have 60,000 square feet of retail space. That is just going to be difficult. Now, this comes as Americans bought almost 60 million guns during just the pandemic period alone. 60 million. Here's the details. 1/5 of all US households purchased them during the pandemic, a national arming that exposed more than 15 million Americans to firearms in the home for the first time, academic studies show. Nearly 60 million were purchased between 2020 and 2022 alone, according to analysis by The Trace, a non-profit, nonpartisan news organization that is tracking this stuff. Yearly sales are running at twice the level of 15 or 20 years ago. All the new weapons may be fueling historic surges in gun deaths, which reached record highs during the same period. Quote, it's a totally different type of gun ownership now, said John Roman, a senior fellow in economics, justice, and society group at NORC, a research organization based at University of Chicago. It's not a rifle stored away somewhere that you take out twice a year to go hunting. It's a handgun probably a semi-automatic handgun that you keep beside your table or in your glove compartment, or that you maybe carry around with you. And to a degree, I agree with the quote there. Me and my wife, we watched this show On Patrol Live, where it follows these police officers literally live. If you watch that, it used to be called Live PD. It's on the station called Reels. If you watch that, let me know in the comments. Awesome show. It's on the weekends. It's called On Patrol Live. Really, really good show. It follows like 8 different police stations around the country live. Really, really good show. And it shows how dangerous the lives are of these police officers. Almost every single weekend, they're literally chasing people that are running from them. It shows the drug pandemic here in America. Literally, I'd say 50% of the people that they pull over and stuff have drugs on them. Uh, Hard stuff too, like fentanyl and stuff like that. And guns, a lot of the time. I mean, people just literally carrying guns on them all the time, and you really got to think here that how endangered these police officers' lives are, because at any given moment that could be turned on them. Yeah, and I mean, there's a story here in a town where I went to high school. One of the officers was shot and killed, and they named a city, or I'm sorry, they named a street after him. And he was handcuffing a guy, and the guy literally just pulled it out, and it was over just like that. And the guy fled, and they had to go and find him afterwards, and it was all over. Something ridiculous like loud music, and he was just detaining the guy, and it was over that quickly. And of course, the officer was there by himself. And if you watch that show, if you haven't watched it, go watch it a couple of times. It'll give you kind of a new respect for police officers. And I get it that there's bad incidences that happen with police officers. I get it, don't get me wrong. I totally understand those. If you watch though what they go through on a daily basis, um I can totally understand, them kind of getting upset a few times here and there, because man, there's people fighting with them, trying to tackle them, trying to grab the stuff they have on them, grab their tasers, and running from them literally on a daily basis. I'd be pissed off too. It's just it's absolutely a nightmare. Really, really good show. If you get a chance to watch it, watch it. My wife's actually kind of addicted to it, because she says it's the most entertaining show, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. I like the car chases, because now, it's weird to say I like them, but because it's like, this is a real person actually running from the police, but it's just kind of entertaining in a strange way. And you got to think, these are real police officers chasing somebody, running from the law, and how dangerous these situations are. And then these people, they get pulled over, and like their excuses, like, oh, I just didn't want to get pulled over. Or sometimes they're like, they're hard criminals, and like they have warrants, and like they have guns on them. And and like there's been a couple situations where people are holed up in their houses shooting and stuff like that. I've seen a couple of those. And they have a wanted section every single week, and they have a crime of the night every single day. It's not that I'm like, pumping up the show, getting sponsored by them, right? Maybe I should be. But I just have a big respect for police officers and military personnel, people who have served our country. Thank you so much, by the way, if you are either one of those, if you've served our country in any way, shape, or form, even like nurses and doctors and stuff like that. Thank you so much, because it's just it's a tough job out there, tough job out there. And honestly, I really feel like police officers and military members don't get paid enough. Don't get paid enough. It's really a hard knock life for that. So you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. It's really tough out there. It's not a job I would want for sure. Really underappreciated job. And then the problem is you have a bad incident with a group of police officers that do something they shouldn't have. They kind of get caught up in the moment and do something wrong. And then the problem is people think that police are all crooked or all bad because of a group of bad apples, or maybe just a group of police officers that weren't really bad the whole time, but maybe just they let their anger and emotions of somebody that was running from them or something just in the moment. They just got, PO'd just for that minute or two after dealing with this stuff week and week and week and week in and out. You just kind of think about that. Imagine if you were a police officer and these guys are running from you week in and week out, week in and week out, and they're trying to fight you and beat you off and stuff. It's just imagine if that was you. Really tough situation. People trying to fight you on a daily basis. Really tough job. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Tough world out there. Yeah. So make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any videos. Completely free to do so. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos as well. Here's some videos you should watch next. Here is a video about U.S. troops in Ukraine right now. It's true. And here is a video about trillions of dollars being approved by our Congress right now as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.